battery for the day, and I need it throughout the day. So
it's what chargers are for, usually.
I know. I actually now. Let me see what I can make work.
Chris, I have a charger stuck to my computer in my office.
He doesn't have an iPhone.
I have a Google phone. Yeah, I think we can make this work. All right.
Chris is the reason that we have green in our group text, which is what drives me nuts.
Hold on 2 seconds. If you're still out there streaming and you've been patient with us for 10 minutes, kudos to you. We're getting started in a second.
We are not only streaming, but we are also recording. So we are live.
Wow.
I'll kick us off.
So who knew that Google could be so rough on people?
Yeah.
We're having some
Chris,
real
I think,
technical issues
maybe
this morning, folks.
our 80th show or something, and this is the first time we've really had big time technical issues. But we'll move on. Happy Friday, everybody.
Thank you.
I am
TGIF.
Chris is live from the high school. He's trying to figure things out right now. And we are live from our homes right now. We have special guests Gio Lugo and Jeff Kramer on the call with us today. Thank you guys for joining us.
Good morning, everyone.
And we have our static crew here. Me, Mrs. Ferrara, Mrs. Pagliari, Ms. Cattell, and Mr. Cook will probably join us throughout the meeting. We'll see. Anyway. Let's start off with a morning hello. I think I already gave my hello, so I'll move on. Alphabetically, Google's not even sorting it for me right now, but I think I could do it myself. Chris, are you on there? You can say hi.
I'm here as much as I can be. Can you guys see me?
Yes. We can see you and hear you.
Beautiful. What's up, everybody? Yeah, 80th show, first major tech issue. I thought it was the school's Wi-Fi, not the school's Wi-Fi. Something else going on. I'm impressed that we're able to pull this off, and thank you for staying tuned. Good morning, everybody. Today is Juneteenth, actually, June 19th. Governor Cuomo announced plans to have Juneteenth be a holiday. So I don't know if this is the first holiday of official recognition from New York State or next year will be the first, but happy Juneteenth, happy June 19th, Friday, TJF. On to whoever's next, Joe. You navigate from here.
Gio, you're up.
All right. Good morning, Jeffrey and Miss Pagliari, Miss Ferrari.
Good morning.
I hope you guys have a great day.
You too, Gio.
Good stuff, Gio. Jeff.
Good morning, everyone. We have made history on this amazing morning show by having started at 9:09 a.m., which is a galvanizing record that will not be broken. So kudos to everyone that had tech issues.
That it is. Joy.
Good morning, Hauppauge. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with us for 80 shows. Those of you who are our loyal watchers and listeners, we are excited as Mr. Whitehorse licks the spoon from his son. We are excited to be with you. This is our second to the last Friday of this school year. And students, I want to say to you, target in sight. We wish you well in the last days of your educational journey for the 2020-1920 school year. Teachers, as you begin to wind your year down and finish your assessments on Monday and Tuesday, science and math, and grading. So good morning and happy Friday.
Beautiful.
Christy, over to Christy.
Morning, Hauppauge. Hope you're all doing well. We miss you. It's going to be beautiful out, so we're going to have a great weekend. It's been a great senior week.
Awesome. And Maria.
Good morning, everybody. I am looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to next week, and I hope everybody is. You're all doing wonderful.
Awesome. And Ruthie just popped on. I don't know if you can hear us, but go for it. Give your morning hello.
Hello. Boy, that was a bit of a struggle, huh?
Yes.
I came and I went, and I came and I left, and I went back and forth, and but I'm here now.
That sounds like the name of a new show.
It sounded like you
came
said
and I went
at the end there, but you got a little muffled. All good. All right.
She
I don't really have any announcements.
went.
I don't know if Chris does, but he looks frozen right now, so I don't know. Oh, he's there. you have any announcements, Chris, or are we good to go on to correspondences?
I think this rocked my brain a little bit, this whole transition. So I probably have something to say, but I presently don't know what I was going to say.
Graduation.
Friday. It is Friday.
No.
Chris, you're going to talk about Monday. What's happening Monday?
There you go. Monday, 9th through 11th graders will be on site gathering the materials. We sent out a schedule earlier in the week. I'll send out another reminding schedule today, probably around 11 o'clock. So keep an eye out for that. But 9th through 11th graders to come retrieve their things from the school. And then next Friday, we have the parade for our seniors, kind of the drive down memory lane on Hauppauge High School campus. We'll send out some details related to that today or Monday morning as well. But that's really it. We're at Friday. Happy Father's Day to those of you who will be honoring your fathers, and fathers out there. Happy Father's Day.
You too, Chris. So I'll transition myself. I don't know. It's up to me anyway. I usually do the first report.
You go,
so
Joe.
All right. Today's Joe report starts off with what happened in sports. I saw this. I haven't read, admittedly, too much into it yet, but I didn't know. I don't know if this was recent, but if any of you are fans of women's basketball at all, Maya Moore apparently is stepping away from the WNBA. I remember her days at UConn. She was a dominant player, and I believe she's stepping away. So that's some big news coming out of the WNBA. And if you're a Jets fan, you're kind of used to this, but we have a very angry player who wants out. Jamal Adams, the safety, has requested a trade officially. We'll see if the Jets honor it. So that, not great news in Jets world, not great news in sports overall, because we still don't have sports back. So we'll see. But if you're looking for something to watch tonight, there's a lot of good baseball stuff on their streaming Rookie of the Year on ESPN. If any of you remember that movie, how many of you have seen Rookie of the Year? Raise your hand. Good, Chrissy. There you go, Gio. All right. That is a great movie. I forget the actor's name. I used to know it. Anyway, it's a movie about a kid who he has an accident, but with that accident, he develops the amazing ability to throw the ball as hard as possible. So he ends up on the Cubs, and it's just a fantastic movie all around. I give it my approval. And then right afterwards, they're going to be showing a documentary on ESPN about Steve Bartman, who, if you recall, was blamed for one of the many Chicago Cubs playoff failures years ago. So I don't know if there's a Cubs theme today, but both of those things are related to the Chicago Cubs. So something to note. And if you want to watch anything this weekend, one of my favorite players of all time growing up, Ken Griffey Jr., has a documentary coming up on Saturday called Junior. So that'll be on MLB Network if you're interested. And on this day in history, we have a few things. In 1846 was the first recognized baseball game using Alexander Cartwright's rules. So that was a long time ago. The New York Nines beat the New York Knickerbockers 23-1. And on this date, only 4 years ago, the Cleveland Cavaliers won their first NBA championship after the Golden State Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. And I forgot to mention, yesterday was the anniversary of that Ray Allen shot, Chris. That I remember where I was when that happened. That one that tied the game in Game 6. Incredible. Yep. Incredible. So I had a good trivia question for you guys today. Chris will probably get it, but anyone else, please jump in. There are 12 teams that have never won an NBA championship. 12. Can you name them?
Oh, I can name one.
Which one, Jeff? Go for it.
Local Nets.
The Nets have never won. Now, this is counting since the merger. So the Nets won when it was the ABA, but they've never won in the NBA. So good job, Jeff. Okay. Gio's got one. Go for it.
The New York
Knicks. You know what, Gio, you would think that's the case given their history, but the Knicks have actually won, but they haven't won since the 70s.
Let's go with this. The Pacers.
Pacers, good.
Magic.
Good.
Oklahoma Thunder.
Yes. Good, Joy.
Utah Jazz.
That's good.
It's gonna
Phoenix Suns.
Joy
This
is
isn't
not
fair.
looking at
I'm
the
actually
Google
doing this from memory. She's looking at a list. This is
I
unacceptable.
just want to say there's no way Joy has Googled this. Yeah.
The Timberwolves.
Yes.
She said the Suns, the Kings, the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Thunder, the Jazz, the Nuggets.
How about the Royals?
They are not a professional basketball team. They have number one. You're correct.
The Clippers.
Yes. Chris, I
wanna
don't have
know
the
why-
Kings on my list. I think the Kings have won. I don't
Try
know.
this page.
The Kings have won.
I'm not sure on
What
that.
are
I have to check my sources.
Where do they come up with the names for some of these teams?
The
Right, I
Hawks,
know. That's
the
what I was-
Hornets, the Wizards, the Magic, the Nets. I think that's probably it. Have the Pacers won? The Pacers probably won.
I also don't have the Wizards because I guess technically they're I don't know if the Bullets won before they were.
Yeah, that might be.
That's why I didn't put them on the list. I think you guys nailed all of them. The only one
Memphis Grizzlies.
that we heard, yeah. I think you guys got them all. The only one I don't remember hearing is the Pelicans. But
Yeah, I said the
No.
Pelicans. I said
Chris
the
said
Pelicans.
that. And why you would name your team a Pelican, I don't know, but
Well, the bird of I believe the New Orleans recognized bird is a pelican.
I agree. I feel like you're on Bourbon Street. You should be able to get a better name than Pelicans.
I agree, but you know what? The team. This is what bothers me. I think we talked about this in one of the first shows. The Utah Jazz went from New Orleans, so they were the New Orleans, which made sense.
Well, that's.
And there's not much jazz in Utah. They should have changed their name big time.
that's true.
But yeah,
I wonder
sorry.
if you could swap names. You're like, you take the Pelicans, and I'll take the Jazz. Just change
Pelicans
names.
is a terrible name. Yes, I agree.
I'm sure they did like a rock, paper, scissors game to pick that name.
Probably. Anyway, so that's my report for today. Back to you, Chris, sort of, if you can, and over to Joy.
Good morning, Hauppauge. So Chris mentioned Juneteenth, so I just want to give you a little background on that. In 1865, the story of Juneteenth begins in Texas when Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston on June 19, 1865, with an announcement. As the community listened intently, General Orders Number 3, the people of Galveston learned for the first time that the Civil War was over. After more than a century of slavery and years of war, it was official. All slaves were now considered freedmen. News traveled slowly, even stubbornly, during and after the war between the states. Over 2 years earlier, President Abraham Lincoln and Secretary of State William H. Seward signed the Emancipation Proclamation. So this day, the celebration of Juneteenth grew from the profound experiences that day when many learned of their freedom. From that freedom, it grew out of the surmounting challenges that lay ahead, and it continues to grow from the perseverance required and dignity to overcome adversity and achieve fulfillment. So we celebrate Juneteenth. Other national days today, one of my favorite is National Flip-Flop Day. Some flip-flops have really cool features, like the back opens up and you can put your money or your keys in there, and some actually have a bottle opener to open things like soda on the bottom. Today is National Take Back the Lunch Break Day. Mrs. Pincus, it's a real day, and it just challenges us to pause in the middle of the day, whether you choose to have a sandwich or a salad or a yogurt or not. It is a pause and a break from the daily grind, the daily rush, and to center yourself and give yourself some time to reflect and catch up. Today is National Watch Day. 500 years, the wristwatch has been in existence. And if you're like me, you're a real watch fan. Watches are more than practical. They become jewelry as well. Today is also National Wear Blue Day. Joe, I'm glad to see that you're wearing blue. Chris, blue. This is in honor of men's health, and it's a reminder for all the men who are important in our lives to make sure that you go for those regular yearly checkups that you're supposed to, and stay healthy because we need you around. And last but not least, this is National Garfield the Cat Day. For those of you that are familiar with Garfield Comics, it launched on June 19th in 1978. Garfield is a very sarcastic, lazy cat who was the boss of his owner. And if you've had time to enjoy some of Garfield, you probably have had a laugh or two. Garfield actually holds the Guinness World Record for being the world's most widely syndicated comic strip. So enjoy that little nugget. And Sunday is Father's Day. So I just want to give a big shout out to all our new fathers, all those who are expectant fathers and fathers who have been, have multiple children around for a long time, older fathers, whatnot. And also fur daddy fathers and those who act like a father to whether you're a stepfather or you're a father figure to someone. So thank you for being that important man in the lives of our kids. I wish all of you a wonderful weekend. And Christy, over to you with the weather.
All right, so sunrise today was at 5:21, and it's going to set at 8:27, making it very, very difficult to get some of our toddlers in bed because it's not dark out and it's not time yet. The days are getting longer, so longer to be outside enjoying the sun. Today is right now it's 73. It's going to have a high of 79, partly cloudy, but it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be beautiful all weekend tomorrow, highs of 80. 75% humidity. And actually, tomorrow's going to be 82 degrees. So make sure you get out there. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. It's going to be a beautiful Father's Day. Great time to get out and barbecue or get out and enjoy the outdoors. So it's going to be awesome.
All right. Maria, you up?
I'm here. What do we want to talk about?
What's for dinner, Maria?
What's for dinner? Today, I think for dinner, we're going to keep it really simple. I think we're going to maybe make some burgers, some cheeseburgers, a salad. Just keep it really, really easy, really simple. I think it's supposed to get warm. It should be really nice. This weekend, right now, to be quite honest with you, my husband did take the day off. I guess he's celebrating Father's Day early.
Good for him.
And he's making omelets. He's making omelets for everybody and looks pretty good. Some sliced fruit, some omelets for breakfast. Something I don't usually have. So that's kind of nice.
Maria, do you know what pizza frite is?
Yes.
Yeah. So for Father's Day, my husband is making himself pizza frite. For those of you who do not know, that is dough fried in extra virgin olive oil and then coated with powdered sugar.
Ooh, so yummy.
Delicious. And so this is what my husband wants for Father's Day, that he wants to make himself. So I'm happy about that.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think I think Father's Day is going to be a little different in our household this year. If you want, I'll tell you the plans. Every year, my husband and two of his brothers and a few other people and the families, we go to Belmont Racetrack. They do a big Father's Day. They do a big Father's Day extravaganza. Everybody brings picnic food, and you just have a picnic. They have music. They have the races. They have a car show, stuff for the kids to do. It's really nice. This year, obviously, they can't do that. They have a bunch of other stations also at Belmont. They usually have a cigar station. Sometimes they have a shaving station, all kinds of stuff set up for fathers.
A shaving station?
What?
Did you say a shaving station?
Yes. Yes. A bourbon station, all kinds of stuff. So from what I'm kind of understanding is that is moving to my backyard.
Ooh.
With different nephews, nieces, not a lot of people, but they are going to try to stimulate that. I think they're planning on putting a projector with the horse races going across the house. Doing some online gambling. And I think my husband purchased a duck. He wants to rotisserie a duck. I think one of my brother-in-law said he wants to have lamb, so he's bringing lamb. It's going to be very different. So he's going to bring lamb, and I think one of my nephew might be bringing venison steak. I'm not really sure. So that will be on the deal for Father's Day.
Wow.
Different. Can't
right?
wait to hear about that.
That sounds amazing.
They should have fun. They should have fun.
Did you guys know? Did you guys know that lamb is bad for you? All right, I'm muting.
I think that's a good move. Okay, is it my turn?
I don't know. My mute button keeps not working, so I'm having trouble with Google. And that's good because I'm the one that's recording and streaming this. So this will end well.
Ruthie, you're up, Ruthie.
It's my turn. Okay, so right in line with Juneteenth, there is a ton of things to live stream around that, the Juneteenth story. So there's something called Polar Bears and Prairie Fringed Orchids, which is a pretty famous play by Vincent Tyrrell Durham. And it's been commissioned to be read. It's actually going to be at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight, but all these other theaters around the area that are really well-known theaters like Barrington Stage Company and Capitol Rep and all over the country are doing readings of that play for Juneteenth, which is kind of cool. Also, the Old Globe out in San Diego, which is the Bristol Old Vic, which is great. It's the oldest continuously operating theater in the English-speaking world, supposedly, is sharing a 2018 adaptation of Angela Carter's Wise Children, which is a really lovely story about two chorus girls and their aging famous actor father, and that's in honor of Juneteenth. So that's kind of cool. On other ideas, the Peter Pan that was done live several years ago is going to be rolled out for this week on The Show Must Go On, that live stream. So you can see this 2014 broadcast of the musical starring Allison Williams as Peter and Christopher Walken's famous Captain Hook. So that's kind of a cool thing to be watching. And you can watch that for the next week. That'll be live streaming as well. So there's some good stuff. There's a presentation through the Old Globe that's got all sorts of music that's going to be happening at 7 from 3 until 7 today. That's going to be broadcasting. So there's all sorts of great things to be watching for this weekend as well. In terms of this day in history, some cool stuff happened. Nalaja Sun, who is a teaching artist that actually was one of our guest speakers at Stage the Change in 2011, she opened her show called No Child, which was all about the New York City public school system and was really well received. And that, what else? Today's birthday is Felicia Rashad. Do you remember her? Anybody remember what show is she from? You got to remember that.
Cosby Show.
Cosby Show? Yeah.
Yep. Felicia Rashad's birthday is today. Kathleen Turner's birthday is today. So lots going on in the arts world. That's the scoop. Back to you. Who do I say back to you to?
I guess it'll be. Go ahead, Chris. You look like you got it now.
No, we'll see. I mean, I've enjoyed sort of pretending that I can't do anything here for the last few minutes and just watching this happen. I think we're on to shout outs, but you guys can take it home to the finish line at the end after Ruthie's shout out. She can bid adieu to everybody in the group, and then we'll just sign out of here. My shout out, I really appreciate it. It's been an up and down experience here over the last few months. and just glad that we are, in the position we are. Been on a lot of email chains with a lot of principals in the county. It's been a tough go for a little bit and trying to make things work for people. And also honoring the severity and seriousness of what's going on in the world. And so, shout out to the people out there who've remained positive and gracious during this time. It has been so well needed, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, Gio, you want to give a quick goodbye?
A shout out to Mrs. Pagliari.
Right on. All right.
Thanks, Gio.
You're welcome.
Jeff. Jeff's having trouble with the mute button.
Uh-oh.
All right, too bad, Jeff. You come back if you figure out the mute button. He froze too. That's great. I'll just give a quick shout out to once again everyone that's been at the high school the last couple weeks figuring things out, making things seniors.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Jeff. Go for it.
Yeah, I kind of what similar to what Cook said. Like, I guess shout out to the Hauppauge community over the past few months. I know it's been kind of mentally taxing with everything going on in the district and in the world, and so I guess just shout out to everyone for trying to stay positive and keep fighting the good fight.
Thank you, Jeff. All right. I kind of said mine, then you jumped in, so I'm just going to go over to Joy.
Okay, so first of all, I want to give a shout out to my team, to Chris, Joe, and Christy. When we got the phone call and the notice to close, that was March 13th. And we have been going nonstop ever since, and because we wanted to, and because we knew that the community, the staff, the students needed us to. And so I want to say a big shout out to the team for their tireless efforts. And I want to say a big shout out to our community and our staff and our students. I want to thank you for trusting us. I know there were times when you really weren't sure what was going on, and you needed information, and we appreciate your patience with us as we've tried to navigate something that's totally was unnavigable. We're building the boat as we sailed it, right? So thank you for being with us. We appreciate it. And a big shout out to all of our high school staff for going above and beyond. Like, you cannot even believe, doing different things, new things to support our kids in new ways. So thank you, everybody. And, be well and stay safe and have a great weekend.
Awesome. Christy?
So I'm going to give a big shout out to our seniors as they finish up their senior week and head into their last 5 days of high school. And also a big shout out to all the fathers, father figures, stepfathers, father-in-laws out there. I hope you guys all get to enjoy your special day with your family and be well.
Okay. Maria?
I'm going to give a big shout out to all the people who do fulfill a fatherly type of role. Hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day in whatever capacity it is. And have a great weekend.
Thank you, Maria. And last but not least, Ruthie, and give us a good send-off at the end, okay?
Will do. Okay, so my shout out today is to you guys, Chris, Joe, Christy, and Joy. You really are doing an amazing job. I'm proud to be your colleague, to work with you, and the support that I feel for this year has been pretty terrific. You know, I think this has been such a difficult time, and you guys have really kind of steadied the helm, and I appreciate it greatly. And Hauppauge, have a fabulous Father's Day. Take these joyous moments and run with them, because that's what we have to do these days, okay? Enjoy the weekend, Hauppauge.
Amazing. Thank you, Ruthie. All right. Can't say it better. So peace out, everyone. Have a good
Bye,
week.
everybody.
Bye,
Happy
guys.
Father's Day, White Horse.
Thanks, Kramer.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ruthie. You're the
Have a
best.
great,
I don't know what I'm going to do without you guys.
have a great weekend.